quick, because once you have that down, you can start talking about all the places you're going to go today or tomorrow or in the near future and really start forming some conversations. But with that, let's jump right in. So let's go to our screen. The first one I want to tell you is the shop or the store. In French, that would be le. Magasin. Le.
Stop taking meeting notes and let ClickUp AI Note Taker do it for you. It allows you to focus on your meetings.
Magasin. The pharmacy. There's a very important place we need to go sometimes. La pharmacie. La pharmacie. Now, this looks a lot like the English. We just switch up that Y to an IE, and we got it. Okay. The market is going to be le marché. Le marché. Now, you'll never guess what a supermarket is. Yes, le marché. Now, you'll never guess what a supermarket is. Yes, we're just going to put that word at the beginning, and just like we do in English, and we're going to get le supermarché. Le supermarché. All right. The school is l'école. L'école. The park is l'école. L'école. The park is le parc. Le parc. The bakery. Now, I want to say it's pretty important, especially if you're visiting France. It's very common to bakery. Le pain. Le pain. So if you're visiting France, it's very common to stop in a bakery and pick up a baguette for dinner, fresh one, and one that's just been made. So this is a very important place if you're visiting France. But it is la boulangerie. La boulangerie. Okay, the town boulangerie. La boulangerie. Okay, the town center. Now, a lot of little towns, big towns, they have a town center where lots of different things all together. It's sort of the center of everything. That is going to be le centre-ville. Le centre-ville. The mall is, I'm going to use the same word we did just a second ago, but it's going to change at the end. It's le centre commercial. Go, but it's going to change at the end. It's le centre commercial. But it's going to change at the end. It's le centre commercial. Le centre commercial. Now, here's an important one. The doctor's office. The doctor's office would be le cabinet du médecin. Le cabinet du médecin. All right, the hospital, also an important place, is l'hôpital. L'hôpital. The florist, le fleuriste. Le fleuriste. The restaurant, fleuriste. The florist, le fleuriste. Le fleuriste. The restaurant is le restaurant. Le restaurant. And the office is le bureau. Le bureau. Now, I do want to point out something about this. You will see every once in a while, in certain dialects, you'll see people say bureau for an office of some sort, but also it's going to refer to a desk. A bureau is a desk. So it makes sure in context that you are using that word in the right way. You don't want to say the desk of the doctor or whatever. If you're in meeting the office that the doctor works in. Okay. Anyway, that's just a little thing to take a note of that you want to make sure you have right. All right. Just one more. The church is l'église. L'église. Okay. Now, my friends, I know that gives you a really good start on different places in the town. You know, try to, when you're driving down the road, think about some places that you're passing. And say, hey, I don't know how to say that place. Let's look it up. So you can take what I've just told you and given you, and you can actually build on it. Okay. But now let's jump into giving directions. How do I get to that place that I want to go to? Or if I'm going to tell somebody how to get there, or if I'm asking for directions while I'm visiting a country, I want to be able to ask for directions and understand what they're saying. Okay. So let's jump right into the directions. Let's start it off with how do you get to? Definitely want to be able to ask this question. And we definitely want to say please after it. So, how do you get to fill in the blank? Please. So, what you would say is, in order to go to dot, 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 and then you would put please after it. So, it would be like this pour aller à, name the place, and then s'il vous. And then you would put please after it. So, it would be like this pour aller à, name the place, and then s'il vous plaît, because we definitely want to use that respectful form of please. S'il vous plaît. To turn is tourner, tourner. Now, you can conjugate this depending on the vous form or the tu form if you're talking to a child, a younger person, but typically we might want to use that vous form with the EZ on it. Now, to the right is going to be à droite, à droite. To the left will be à gauche, à droite. To the left will be à gauche, à gauche. To continue is continuer à gauche. To continue is continuer. Continuer. And again, you can conjugate that with vous or tu, depending on which one you need. Straight ahead is tout droit. Tout droit. That's straight ahead. So continue. Now you can put that together. Continue straight ahead. All right. Now you might very well have to say the word intersection. Pass through 3 intersections, for example. So intersection can be le carrefour. Le carrefour, or it can be le croisement. Le carrefour, or it can be le croisement. Le croisement. All right, up next is traffic light. Traffic light, this is the plural form, traffic lights. So it is les feux, les feux. The roundabout, it is les feux. Les feux. The roundabout, we pass a lot of those in other countries, is le rond-point. Le rond-point. And let's get 2 more. To cross, because you may need to say cross the street. And let's get 2 more. Le rond-point. Le rond-point. And let's get 2 more. To cross, because you may need to say cross the street, is traverser. Traverser. And conjugate that one however you need with tu, tu, or vous. Okay, and the road is going to be either la route, or la rue. La rue. All right, mes amis, that gets you started with some great direction words and places to go whenever you're visiting another country. And, engage in conversations with people. I have found the people in France, especially, to be very kind and helpful. Just great people. I love it. So get in those conversations with people. Ask them, how do I get to this place or that place? And, really just bring it into your conversation and strengthen those speaking skills. Well, my friends, it's been fun, and I will see you very soon. In the meantime, though, I wish for you paix et bénédiction, peace and blessings. for you and all your friends and family. I really appreciate you and all your support, and just want to say I love you guys and appreciate you. So I'll see you soon on the next episode. Au revoir. Friends, thanks for watching The Language Tutor. If you have a question for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below the video. And please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons.
While they're buying stuff that breaks, I'm buying skills that pay. DataCamp's running 50% off for
Bonjour mes amis, bienvenue. Hey friends, welcome back to the Language Tutor French series. So this is part 3 of my 4-part vocabulary lessons. The lesson series, 4 in a row, just to strengthen up your vocabulary. And this episode is going to be words that have to do with school subjects. So let's jump right in. Go ahead and get something to write on. Feuille de papier, un crayon, un stylo, pen or pencil. And let's jump right in. Well, up first, let's talk about the word subject. What is a subject in a school? It is la matière. La matière. And let's get into specific subjects now. Math is just simply les maths. Les maths. History is going to be l'histoire. L'histoire. Just simply. And first, let's talk about the word subject. What is a subject in a school? It is la matière. La matière. And let's get into specific subjects now. Math is just simply les maths. Les maths. History is going to be l'histoire. L'histoire. Physics, not a fun subject for me, but it's la physique. La physique. Geometry is la géométrie. La géométrie. PE is interesting because we have PE and we know that stands for physical education, but they have the same thing in French. They have the the letters that stand for those, the initials. So it's going to be this: le PS, le PS. Okay, that's the word they're going to use. We say PE; they're going to use those initials as well. And so social sciences is les sciences humaines. Les sciences humaines. Art is l'algèbre. L'algèbre. Art is le dessin. Le dessin. Now you might also hear this one, l'art plastique. L'art plastique. Depends on what kind of art you're talking about, right? All right. Biology is going to be la biologie. la biologie. Foreign languages in general is les langues étrangères. Les langues étrangères. Now, a lot of times people like to say modern languages instead of foreign. Well, that's a good way to word it as well. But modern languages would be les langues vivantes. Les langues vivantes. And I'm sure you can tell that that means the living languages because people do study dead languages as well, especially Latin. So this is the living languages. All right, now let's get into specific languages. French, as you know, le français. Le français. Spanish, l'espagnol, l'espagnol. German is l'allemand, l'allemand. It is l'allemand. L'allemand. Italian is l'italien, l'italien. English is l'anglais, l'anglais, and Latin would be le latin. Le latin. Now, while we're talking about this, I want to put English back up, l'anglais. Now, just as a quick reminder, if I say anglais, we know that's a masculine form. It's ending with an S. But if I were going to say the English girl, yeah, I would put an E at the end of that to make it feminine. So the feminine form would be l'anglaise, l'anglaise. And that would be the same way for some of the other ones. We would make them feminine and plural in the same way that we've learned before. So just wanted to point that out. Well, my friends, this is a very short lesson, I know, but I hope it's been really good to help you fill in some of those gaps. Hey, definitely join us on the Language Tutor French Facebook page. Be